the different branches of the accounting would start basically when the accounting is over, when the bookkeeping is over. So accounting started with the bookkeeping concept, then it becomes more broader accounting, and then it becomes more broader accountancy, right? So the first step in the accounting is bookkeeping. Now, bookkeeping is nothing but recording the transaction. Recording the business transaction is nothing but a bookkeeping. But let us first understand what is the learning outcome, what we are going to learn in this chapter. This is module number 1, chapter number 1, module 1, chapter 1. So understand the meaning and significance of accounting. Don't think that you will not have the questions on this. You get a few, theory-based questions on this, maybe multiple choice questions, true or false, state with the reasons kind of thing. And you should know the basic. Now, the meaning and the significance of the accounting, understanding the meaning of bookkeeping and the distinction of accounting with bookkeeping. So, bookkeeping kya hai and accounting, the difference between the bookkeeping and the accounting. We have seen this in the 11th standard, but let's revise this once again here. Then appreciate uh, uh, the the evolutionary process of the accounting as a social science. Now, how the accounting got the evolution of the accounting, I would say that how it emerged, how it progressed over the period of time. Explain subfields of the accounting. Subfields, as I said you, the doing and profit and loss account and balance sheet is only the start point of the accounting. The there are different segments of accounting like cost accounting, management accounting, financial accounting. So these are called as the subfields of accounting. Identify the various users groups to for whom the accounting information is to be generated. किसके लिए हमें accounting करना है? What are the various users who will be using our accounting information? Understand the relationship of the accounting with economics, statistics, mathematics, law, and management. Like most of these subjects you have in the foundation itself. So how it is accounting linked to all of this subject. Explain the limitations of accounting. Accounting is not something which is like a godfather or something. Accounting have its own limitations. I keep on telling you that you should know the one biggest limitation of accounting. And what is that? You know what is the biggest limitation of accounting? Never ever forget in your life that is the biggest limitation of accounting. क्या है without looking into even what is the limitation, what do you think is the limitation of accounting?
Ma'am, I think so. Recording of goods at acquisition cost or historical cost.
Yes, so recording the transaction at the historical cost is itself an big limitation of an accounting. We cannot do the accounting at a present value, and that is what the in the financial accounting we learn. We should not take only the decision based on the what cost we have recorded in our books of account, but there is something called as a present value for each and every transaction, for each and every cash flow that is coming to your business, for the present value for your assets, the present value for what is the investment you are going to make today, what is going to be their future investments, or what is going to be the future value of those investments. So this all becomes important for the decision making in the financial analysis or the financial accounting and the management accounting. And appreciate the enlarged boundaries of the accounting profession and the areas where in the chartered accountants plays an important role of rendering the useful services to the society. Obviously, we have been given an authority, we have been given the biggest responsibility to take charge of all of this, and it becomes important to understand what is the role of a chartered accountant, mainly because the clients will come to you, they want to do an accounting and income tax returns with the chartered accountant. So majority of the clients are those, those who comes with the perspective that they want to prepare their books of accounts. Now, procedure of an accounting. So as I said, the accounting will start with the recording of the transaction. So look at here, generating financial information and using the financial information. These are two different things. Okay. So first part of it is we have to first record the financial information, and then using that financial information become the second stream of the accounting, which is, and you can say the financial accounting and the management accounting. So generating financial information, how do we start generating the financial information? It would start basically from recording of the transaction. So as soon you understand that some transaction has happened in your business, understand in the future you are not going to get ready-made transaction. You will have to identify those transaction ki ye kuch to transaction business related hua hai. Okay, you will not be able to, nobody is going to give you in writing the proprietor has bought this much of cash as in capital and this machinery is purchased and now you pass the entry. You will have to identify those transactions in the running business and you will have to record those transactions. So basically recording is nothing but recording and classifying the transaction. The second step is understand this all the pillars where it is the base of an accounting, will go term by term. So recording, we understand as soon the business transaction happens we have to record it, but to record it does not mean that we have to write in a sentence format. Okay, we have purchased the goods worth rupees 50,000 from ABC Company Limited, right? Writing the transaction description is not an recording of an transaction from an accounting point of view. So we have to learn how to classify that transaction in the form of debit and credit. That is called as an classification of the transaction. We have to classify what is asset, what is liability, what is personal account, what is real, nominal, everything. Okay. Then we have to summarize the transaction. Please mute your phones. We have to summarize the transaction. Now summarize. What is the ultimate purpose of recording the business transaction? We want to see what is our profit, what is our balance sheet profit provisions, what is my balance sheet position, what are the assets and liabilities that I have. So that means we, passing all the transactions in the form of debit and credit. We then summarize those transactions in the form of this in the form of, I would say, the balance sheet, financial statement, balance sheet, and profit and loss account. Now, okay. Now the third step, the fourth stage into this is analyzing those business transactions. So as I always tell you, there is always a story behind the numbers. So don't only look at the number. You could see the profit. Why this year profit is say 50,000 and why in the last year it was say 1 lakh rupees. So you have to analyze, you have to deep dive into the numbers so that आपका जो हिस्ट्री है, आपकी जो स्टोरी है उन नंबर्स के पीछे की, उसके साथ आप उस नंबर्स को मैच कर पाओ, उसके साथ आप उस नंबर्स को जस्टिफाई कर पाओ. And that is nothing but the analyzing of a financial statement. So in the analyzing of the financial statement, generally all the ratio calculations would come, net profit ratio, gross profit ratio, what is the ROI, return on investments, etc., etc. So basically the financial statement analysis would also come in here in this picture. Then we have to interpret those transactions. As I said, find out the story behind the numbers. That means an interpreting and transaction, interpreting and ratio. If my net profit ratio this year is 20%, and if my net profit ratio was 30% last year, what I am interpreting from this information, I have just not calculated that percentage, but I am interpreting now that this year profit percentage is 10% less than a last year. This is called as a simple. This was a simple example of, what do you mean by interpretation of an accounting information that we have generated. And lastly, interpreting it and communicating it to the users who are checking this information, who need this information in the form of your audit report, in the form of your financial statement, in the form of cash flows, balance sheet, profit and loss account, notes to the accounts, etc. So ये सब क्यों कर रहे हैं बेसिकली बिकॉज हमें इसको कम्युनिकेट करना है, हम हमें दूसरों को बताना है कि हमारी फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन क्या है, यू नो बाय आवर शेयर्स एंड व्हाई डू नॉट बाय आवर शेयर्स, or why you the investor should not invest in our company. So all these are the basic steps of doing an accounting. Now where it should start, it should start with the identification of an transaction. जब तक आप खुद से transaction को नहीं समझोगे कि क्या transaction हुआ है, and if that transaction is related to the business, because we say that only business transactions has to be recorded in the books of accounts. So just take 2 minutes to understand what you mean by transaction. I'm going back to the definition of transaction that you have already learned in 11th standard, but let's again revise what you mean by transaction. So because it starts with the identification of transactions. Okay, so in the accounting it is important what to be saying is what we want to understand from the what do you mean by the transaction in accounting terms. Yeah, hope you are able to see my screen. You can, from the sharing screen, you can pop up on my videos so that in a Zoom view you will be able to see the board. Okay. So transaction. Can anyone give me the definition of transaction? Transaction. Anyone able to recall the definition of transaction?
मैम ऐसा definition तो नहीं मालूम मैम.
Okay, बताओ जो भी पता है वो.
Okay मैम. Dealing between two persons in exchange of monetary terms.
Okay.
Is called as.
Anything? Yes, anyone want to add to this? Neil? Pratik, we have
dealings between two or more persons for goods and services or equal worth. For cash or equal worth.
Sorry?
Equivalent to cash or cash.
Part of your definition.
Ma'am, dealing between two commodities in debit and credit.
Okay, so that is the doing it in the form of debit and credit is the requirement of accounting. Okay.
Ma'am, again I have recalled something.
That does not change the transaction as such. So transaction means nothing but exchange of, okay, goods or.
Ma'am, बहुत blur दिख रहा.
Exchange of, zoom it.
हाँ मैम, zoom करके ही.
Okay, pay attention to what words I am saying. You will be able to, it's very simple. I have written transactions means exchange of goods or services between two persons for money or money's worth. Okay. Now understand here that each and every element of this definition is important. What I have written, I repeat, it's exchange of goods or services between two or more persons for money or money's worth. If any of this element is missing, that will not be, that will not be a transaction from a business point of view. We are looking for a transaction from a business point of view. For example, exchange. Okay, so exchange means you want to exchange the goods. Now, when I can say that I have sold out these goods, if I have a quantity of 1,000 finished goods, and those goods have, those goods have been not yet delivered to the buyer, but those goods have already crossed the factory gate and they have not yet reached. So from Pune, I have delivered these goods on say 1st of June, and they have not yet reached till today, that is 6th of June. तक ये goods बायर के पास पहुंचे नहीं है. So can I say that the exchange of goods has happened? Can I say that the sales, the transaction for us is sales, right? From a business point of view, we would like to say that I have done the sales. So can we say that this sales has happened? Can we say like that? The sale has already happened. Sales हो गया है, ऐसा हम कह सकते हैं क्या?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, on what basis will you say that, Manas? That sale has happened?
Because the goods are being dispatched from the place of the manufacturing to the place of the consumption.
So goods are dispatched and goods are not being received by an customer. Though we can say that the sales has happened. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, if I get an next transaction, if I get an purchase order of delivering a 50,000 quantity of finished goods, say this dusters, I am manufacturing this dusters and I got an order to deliver the 50,000 quantity of dusters. I got this order in the month of Jan. Okay, and the delivery has to be given in the month of June. The delivery of the goods has to be given in the month of June. So, yes. So when we can say that the transaction has happened, when the sales has happened, when we can say
Ma'am, Jan.
Jan, when I'm receiving
जून में
order of 50,000 goods to be delivered,
जून में होगा मैम.
or shall I record it?
June, ma'am.
जून.
June, ma'am.
Okay. Now on what grounds? On what grounds you are saying so? कौन से grounds?
Yes, ma'am.
मैम जनवरी में
मतलब
परचेज ऑर्डर था. परचेज ये नहीं पता मतलब.
Purchase order? Yes. क्या?
मैम मतलब सिर्फ ऑर्डर प्लेस किया था. एक्चुअली वो ट्रांजैक्शन करनी हुआ था.
Okay, so because just simply placing and purchase order does not mean exchange of goods and services. So we are coming back to the definition of transaction. Exchange कहाँ पे हुआ?
मैम
Yes.
अगर ऑर्डर दिया और ऑर्डर के साथ साथ पे भी कर दिया उन्होंने वो गुड्स का,
Yes.
तो हो गया
I
सेल्स.
will come back to that. Yes. Okay. So yeah, it is good question, Sahil. So तुम्हारा your mind started working if I question you. I have just got the order. Okay. I have not even manufactured those dusters. मेरे पास order ready भी नहीं है 50,000 quantity का. तो मुझे 6 महीना लगेगा इस quantity को prepare करके deliver करने के लिए. The point over here is unless and until there is an exchange happening, you cannot call it as an sales. Okay, so sales, कोई भी चीज को sales, आपके लिए sales है तो obviously सामने वाले के लिए भी purchase का definition वही होना चाहिए. And specifically in the for the goods, what you mean by an exchange? Whenever the ownership of those goods transfer, only remember you will get lot of confusion. But if I tell you that unless and until the ownership of the goods get transferred, it will not be called as an sale of the goods. अगर ये चीज आपके दिमाग में फिक्स हो गई तो आप कभी भी कोई भी बात को लेके कंफ्यूज नहीं होंगे. कोई भी there may be multiple questions I can throw at you, asking you different answers to answer different scenarios. But if you are clear that exchange for the goods will happen only when there is an ownership change. Only
Ma'am, what
when
if
wait, yeah, I come. Only when there is a exchange of an ownership from the seller to the buyer. Now here multiple scenarios, multiple simulations are possible. For example, say first example, let's take it as I have got an order, as I said, in the month of Jan, okay, to deliver the 50,000 quantity in the month of June. This order specifically says that the buyer will become the owner as soon the goods are crossing the factory gate. Just give me a minute. Hello. I'm cutting your phone because I'm in class. I'm cutting your phone because I'm in class. I can call you back after 10 minutes. So here the crossing the factory gate, the agreement mentions that as soon the goods crosses the factory gate of the seller, then only the ownership will be transferred. Okay. So this agreement is specifically mentioning that crossing the factory gate is important. As soon the goods crosses the factory gate, now when I get the purchase order, PO कहते हैं इससे, okay, and if you first to do any business with corporates में कभी भी आपको business करना है या किसी के भी साथ आपको अगर आपके goods supply करने हैं, then you first have to have the purchase order from that organization. So जब तक आपको authenticated purchase order नहीं मिलेगा, signed purchase order नहीं मिलेगा, you will not start the production to produce. You will not start to produce those goods. Okay. So purchase order मिलने के बाद there is a time when you will manufacture this good and finally say on 1st of June this good crosses your factory gate. The day it crosses your factory gate, on the factory gate sales invoice is generated. You will see many companies have one account person sitting on their factory gate. Okay, बहुत जगह पे जो accounting system होती है वहां पे जैसे ही गुड से भरा हुआ ट्रक लोड होके फैक्ट्री गेट को क्रॉस करता है, वहां पे चेकिंग होती है, सिक्योरिटी चेक करता है, अंदर से जो डिपार्टमेंट होता है, सेल्स डिपार्टमेंट होता है या कस्टमर केयर डिपार्टमेंट होता है, परचेज डिपार्टमेंट होता है, तो जो अलग अलग ऑथेंटिकेशन उसके लिए ऑथराइजेशन उन्होंने लिए होंगे, उस पेपर्स को चेक करता है सिक्योरिटी. इट चेक्स द बॉक्सेस, इट चेक्स द क्वांटिटी on a sample basis, and immediately on that factory gate the invoice is generated. Okay, so ये sales invoice factory gate पे generate होता है. If you do not know, many manufacturing companies have the account person sitting on the gate just to check that कब goods deliver हो रहे हैं, कब goods factory gate को cross कर रहे हैं. Okay, so this is the first scenario when the goods ownership is transferred at the factory gate of the goods. If there is an agreement which says that the ownership can be transferred only when the goods are received, only when the goods are received by the buyer. In that case, the ownership will transfer only when goods is received by the buyer. तो हमारे फैक्ट्री से तो 1 जून को चले गए. I cannot pass the entry for the sales on the 1st June. पहले वाले सिनारियो में I could pass the entry for the sales, but in this scenario I cannot pass the entry for the sales. Why? Because this agreement specially mentioned that the sales will happen when the ownership will be transferred only when the goods are received by the buyer. Okay. So yes, Sahil, I will come back to your question. So in this case, the sales will be recorded as soon. Say this Pune से राजस्थान में goods भेजने, गुजरात में goods भेजने, and by road it reaches by 5th of June. I can book the sales in my book on 5th of June, not on 1st of June. Even though the goods has crossed my factory gate, I can in this contract, in this specific contract, the sales can be booked on 5th of June and not on 1st of June. Yes, Sahil, tell me your question.
मैम तो फिर सेल्स का डेफिनेशन ही अलग हो गया ना हर जगह पे, मतलब वो डेफिनेशन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बेसिस पे फिक्स हुआ ना.
Yes, it happens because sales के लिए ownership transfer होना जरूरी है. You know, take a normal example. When you go and buy the house, right? You know that you have to pay the installments when you are booking a new house, correct?
Yes.
So you have to pay first installment, second installment.
मैम मतलब मेरा वही क्वेश्चन था मैम, पोजीशन अगर ट्रांसफर होता है तो मैम वो ट्रांजैक्शन माना जाएगा या नहीं?
Hold on, let me finish and then you can start. So when you are paying an installments for the house, what happens? You just pay the installments. You have not the ownership is not in your name. when you can call that the house is in my name only when you pay the last installment or maybe the last installment is pending, but they give you the possession of the house. So possession of the house मिलना यानी ही आपके लिए क्या है, delivery of those goods है. House is also considered as goods. इसलिए हाउस के ऊपर भी जीएसटी लगता था, हाउस के ऊपर भी पहले वैट लगता था. It is considered as a sale of house. One single unit is considered as a sale of goods. Okay. तो जब तुम्हें कोई पैसे पहले ही दे रहा है, मान लो जब तुम्हें परचेज ऑर्डर मिला, तुम्हें तुम्हारे कस्टमर ने पैसे दिए, but that will not go into the sales. For example, this sales order was of say 50 लाख का ये सेल्स ऑर्डर था. ओके, जिस दिन तुम्हें ये परचेज ऑर्डर मिला, राइट, तो तुमने कहा इतनी बड़ी ऑर्डर है मेरे पास, तो इतना रॉ मटेरियल लाने के लिए पैसे भी नहीं है, तो गिव अस सम एडवांस. So if you get against this 50 lakh, when you receive the purchase order in the month of Jan, when you receive say 20 lakh as some amount from the customer, this 20 lakhs is recorded as cash received in advance from the customer. Okay, so I would pass the entry cash account debit to advance from customer. Now look at this, I'm not crediting it to any sales account. I'm not crediting it to the sales account. कैश आई या बैंक में हमारे पैसे आए तो हम उस अकाउंट को डेबिट करेंगे, कैश या बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट हो जाएगा. एंड एडवांस फ्रॉम कस्टमर अकाउंट, व्हाट डू यू थिंक, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ अकाउंट इज दिस?
अरे रिप्रेजेंटेटिव पर्सनल अकाउंट ना.
यस, पर्सनल अकाउंट. एडवांस फ्रॉम कस्टमर,
रिप्रेजेंटेटिव पर्सनल अकाउंट.
representative personal account, that means it is a liability to pay to someone. Okay, so here it becomes the liability because आपने एडवांस में पैसे लिए हैं, कल अगर आप इस ऑर्डर को फुलफिल नहीं कर पाए तो आपको ये पैसे वापस रिटर्न करने और manufacturer as per their order, as per their requirement, you will have to pay back this money back to them.
मैम मतलब इन शॉर्ट पैसे दिए फिर भी ओनरशिप नहीं मिलेगा, और पोजीशन लिया और पैसे नहीं दिए फिर भी ओनरशिप नहीं मिलेगा, मतलब सेल्स दोनों केसेस में नहीं होगा.
That's what the terms of the contract, but in that case, if you get the possession, if you have already got the possession, I already said 10%. So they also, define their contract in such a way that unless and until, even if you don't pay those 10%, we will not give you the possession. So that basically, depends upon contract. तो अगर आपको पोजीशन मिला है और आपने बचा हुआ 10% अगर पे नहीं किया तो भी आगे चल के दे विल गो इनटू द कोर्ट ऑफ लॉ, इवन दो इट सीम्स दैट कि पोजीशन आपने ले लिया बट आपने बचा हुआ पैसे नहीं पे किए, तो वो बिल्डर आपके नाम पे ट्रांसफर नहीं करेगा लीगली. he will not transfer that asset into your name. The possession, getting in possession is the criteria to identify for him as a sales and for you as an purchasing that house. And there are various accounting standards. There is accounting standard number 7 which talks about contract accounting. Okay, so ये थोड़ा सा स्पेसिफिकली हाउस के बारे में या कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के बारे में मैं बोलूँ तो ये थोड़ा सा इतना सिंपल स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड नहीं है कि कब इसको सेल्स बताना है, कब इसको WIP बताना है और कब इसको इवन बिल्डर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से कब ये सेल्स बनेगा. इसके अलग अलग क्राइटेरियाज हैं उस अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड में डिफाइन किए गए हुए. But take a simple example of normal this sale of dusters. Okay, if you get the order, if you receive some cash in advance, till the point of the sales, you call it as an advance. जैसे ही आपका जून में सेल्स हो जाएगा, आपका सेल्स कितने का था, ये 50 लाख का सेल्स था. Okay, now in the month of June, this entry you pass in the month of Jan. This entry we pass in the month of Jan. As soon the sales happens in the month of June, जैसे ही ये गुड्स पहुंच गए बिल्डर कस्टमर के पास 5th of June, we are going to pass the entry. क्या एंट्री होगी? Can anyone tell me what will be the entry on 5th of June?
Advance from customer's account debit to sales account.
Advance from customer's account debit. Okay, तो ये तो सिर्फ एडवांस है कि जो मुझे ट्रांसफर करना है सेल्स में, तो ये एडवांस ट्रांसफर हो जाएगा सेल्स अकाउंट में. ओके, एंड सपोज मुझे अभी बाकी के पैसे कस्टमर से आना बाकी है, तो मैं कस्टमर का अकाउंट डेबिट करूंगी, तो एबीसी कंपनी मुझे डेबिट क्यों करूंगी, वो मेरा डेटा है ना, आई स्टिल हैव टू रिसीव द फंड फ्रॉम हिम, फ्रॉम द कंपनी, तो बचा हुआ 30 लाख में वहां पे डेबिट करूंगी, राइट, एंड द टोटल सेल्स वैल्यू वाज say 50 lakh, then I will credit the sales account with 50 lakhs. Here at this point of time I am going to record the sales in the month of June, 5th of June. If the term of the contract was as soon it crosses my factory gate, as soon it crosses the factory gate of the seller, okay, those then the sales entry will be passed on 1st of June. As soon it crosses the factory gate, because delivery goods को receive करना टर्म ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं है सेल्स करने के लिए, मगर अगर टर्म ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऐसा है कि वो जैसे ही फैक्ट्री गेट को पास करेंगे ओनरशिप सेलर से बायर को चला जाएगा, दैट मींस ओनरशिप ट्रांसफर हुआ, यानी दैट इज द सेल ऑफ द गुड्स, द एक्सचेंज हैज हैपेंड एंड दैट्स व्हाट इट बिकम द ट्रांजैक्शंस फ्रॉम एन business point of view. We will have to record this transaction as a sales in the books of accounts. Yes, Manas, tell me now your query, or you were saying the same thing about that contract.
मैम मैं बोल रहा था वो पोजीशन का क्लियर हो गया मैम, मतलब पोजीशन नहीं आता जब तक अपने को एडवांस पेमेंट मिलता रहता, और जब लास्ट इंस्टॉलमेंट मिलता मतलब वो सेल हो जाता मैम.
Yes, correct. That becomes the sales.
यस मैम, गॉट इट मैम.
Clear? I think this
Yes.
you will be able to correlate even with your law.
Law.
Contract.
Yes ma'am.
Yeah.
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मैम, यस मैम, इंडियन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट.
तो देखो ये सारे सब्जेक्ट लिंक्ड है एंड एवरीथिंग हैज टू बी लिंक्ड इन द कॉमर्स, एवरीथिंग इज लिंक्ड, यू कैन नॉट स्टडी इन द आइसोलेशन कहीं ना कहीं, बिकॉज सेल्स करना है, then you have to have the purchase agreement, sales agreement, the law is going to come into the picture, the tax is going to come into the picture, so everything is linked. Everything is linked to your economy, everything is linked. So there, after this chapter, we will be able to understand what is the link of accounting with the economics, taxation, the business environment, the business communication, everything is part of this. That is the beauty of this course. It teach you what is all being connected to people, not in isolation. कि थोड़ा सा ये पढ़ लो, थोड़ा सा वो पढ़ लो, and in depth कुछ भी नहीं पढ़ लो, right? या नहीं? Tell me.
ये पोजीशन और ओनरशिप में कोई डिफरेंस है?
किसमें?
यस मैम.
पोजीशन और ओनरशिप.
हाँ, पोजीशन का मतलब डिफरेंस है. पोजीशन का मतलब by with the virtue of that contract you are legally allowed to stay in that premises, or you are legally allowed to take charge of that premises, but पोजीशन के बाद भी, पोजीशन देने के बाद भी अगर आपका कुछ बैलेंस पेमेंट बचा है, then the agreement, the legal agreement would say that if you do not make the final payment, the house will not be in your name, the ownership will not be transferred in your name. So physically you are staying there, but the still house is not in your house unless and until you make that last payment. Okay, so possession होना यानी मेरे पास, this is the possession, I have the possession of this duster, but does not mean this duster belongs to me. I might have just taken it from someone and I just have kept it with myself. Correct? तो मेरा इसके ऊपर ownership नहीं है, मेरे पास इसका सिर्फ possession है. If I have to have the ownership of this, I have to pay for this. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, Sahil, have I answered your doubt? अगर पैसे
Yes,
advance
ma'am.
मिलेंगे तो क्या करेंगे? तो ये
Yes,
तो
ma'am.
था सिर्फ गुड्स के बारे में. Okay, look at the depth of this definition. Every word I'm saying, every word. And if I give you so many examples, you will get confused, I'm sure. We have not even seen the rest of the part of this definition. So first, complete this good. I hope you understood. Goods के बारे में ownership transfer होना जरूरी है if you want to record this transaction as a purchase or sell. अगर आपको ownership मिलती है तो आप that is in purchase from your point of view, and if someone gives that ownership, that is the sales from his point of view. Okay, so let's look at the services. So when I can say that the exchange of services has happened, because there is no physical goods that we can see. Okay.
मैम when the services are being rendered.
When the services are being rendered. Correct.
Rendered.
Yes. So take an example of chartered accountant only. Right? A client comes to a chartered accountant and he says that मेरा इतना income tax return file कर दो. Okay? So you would just take a papers from him, उसकी बैंक statements ले लोगे, उसको उसकी background पूछोगे, salary statement के बारे में पूछोगे, salary का एक form होता है उसके बारे में पूछोगे, but you have not given him the service aid, right? आपने सिर्फ कहा कि ये डॉक्यूमेंट्स रख कर जाओ, आप 10 दिन बाद आओ, आपका रिटर्न रेडी रखता हूँ. Now you also ask for some money to that person to start his work because we need an assurance कि आप पेपर्स तो देके गए हो, बट आप वापस हमारे पास ही आओगे उस पेपर्स को लेने और किसी के पास नहीं जाओगे वापस रिटर्न फाइल करने. So we just take an advance of rupees 500 for him to make sure that he will come back to us. So receiving that 500 rupees is not sale of my service. I have not given him anything from my side. What is the term? What is the contract between us? If I file the return for the client, then he should pay me this 5,000. But as a practice, as an assurance, I'm taking some bucks from him to make sure that he will come back. Right? Because I would spend my entire 2-3 hours to work on his file, and if he don't turn up, then it is the waste of time. So we generally take some advance from the clients, from the new clients generally, and once the client become older, you may not have any advances as such to just make sure that he will come back once he is your client for forever. So जैसे ही आपने उसे एडवांस दिया, I'm not going to book this as an sell. ये मेरे लिए प्रोफेशनल फीस नहीं बनी है अब तक, ये मेरे प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में नहीं जाएगा. It will still be treated as advance from the client. Okay, the advance from the client would be, what will be the entry that we have to pass in this case? Pratik, you are there now? What is the entry that I have to pass for the advance from the client?
Advance for the client.
Advance received from the client.
Hello. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I have received the advance of rupees 500 from the client. What is the entry that I should pass?
Ma'am, advances. Ma'am, the client's name will be in the credit. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Tell me.
Ma'am, this is correct, क्या?
Client's name would be credited.
मतलब account will be credited, and then ma'am, our account will, ma'am, cash or bank, whatever it is, ma'am, it will be in debit.
So from a business point of view, again think from a business point of view, we have received the cash in our business. So cash, or if we have received the check, we will debit this. Cash being a real account, debit what comes in. Bank being a personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. We deposited that check into our bank account. Who become the receiver of that money, and bank become the receiver of that money. So bank being a personal account, we will debit this here. Okay. तो ये हम यहाँ पे 500 रुपए डेबिट कर देंगे. मान लो मेरे क्लाइंट का नेम था साहिल, तो मैं साहिल का अकाउंट क्या कर दूंगी? I have got money of rupees 500 advance from Sahil. Okay. Now actually after 10 days when he turn up and I show him, see, this is your written file, this is the copy of your income tax return. Now pay me my full fees. Okay. So he has to pay you the full fees now. So the balance amount now you will receive from him. The cash account debit will be say 4,500. जो पहले हमने एडवांस में डाला था, say Sahil's account, we have to call it as an advance from Sahil, not only Sahil's account. So advance from Sahil's account जो ये यहाँ पे क्रेडिट किया था, अभी हमें इसको रिवर्स करना है and it has to go to the sales now. Okay. So if he has come on the June 1st and you file the return by 10th of June, he comes to you, you get in cash from him. Then we have to transfer this advance from client or advance from Sahil's account debit करेंगे हम 500 रुपए अब भी जाके हमें सेल्स में ट्रांसफर करना है. 500 rupees will get transferred to the sales only when this would happen. Only when we are ready with the service. We have actually given him the service that the client wanted. We have actually fully rendered that service to the client. Okay. So यहाँ पे फिर हम क्रेडिट करेंगे to professional fees. There are no goods, so there is no sales as such account is being used. The account uses the professional fees or professional charges account. Okay, so यहाँ पे हम credit करेंगे 5,000 rupees on 10th of June. Clear? So in the case of services, the ownership, there is no transfer of ownership. There is an rendering of the services. So we have to render the services to call it as an exchange, to call it as an that the sales has happened. Okay, so the services has to be rendered. Rendered का स्पेलिंग मेरा गलत हुआ है ना? REDENDRED.
RENDERED.
RENDERED.
Correct? Okay. Fine. यहाँ तक समझ में आया? The exchange of the goods or services, or it can be combined together. So most of the civil contracts are such कि जहाँ पे आपको goods भी देना पड़ता है, so the wording has to be here goods or and. ये और में आएगा फिर कुछ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऐसे होंगे कि जहाँ पे गुड्स भी इन्वॉल्व होंगे और सर्विसेज भी इन्वॉल्व होंगी. All the civil contracts, construction of the houses, we do not only provide the laborers to construct the house, but we also bring the material to construct the house. Okay, so goods and services, the exchange has to happen here. The ownership has to be transferred in the goods. The final जो आप घर बनाओगे उसका ownership transfer होगा जब आप उनको पूरा घर बना के दोगे. Right? That means you are also completing your services part of that contract as well. जैसे बनाने बोला था वैसे आपने बना के दिया, वैसे आपने लेबर को यूटिलाइज किया और पूरा का पूरा जितना जैसे घर चाहिए था उतने मटेरियल के साथ आपने ट्रांसफर किया. Then it would be called as an exchange of goods and services. Clear? ये सबसे difficult part है. Okay, this is the most important and the difficult part for this. Let us take an example.
मैम क्या ना सर?
हाँ yes, Manas.
मैम मतलब एक एग्जांपल था मैम जिसमें मैं मतलब गुड्स ओनरशिप ट्रांसफर का भी हो सकता है मैम और सर्विसेज रेंडरिंग का भी हो सकता है मैम. मतलब मैम
Yes.
तो अभी सपोज दो जनों ने मैम एक बायर और सेलर मैम, एक ने बोला मैं आई वांट टू परचेज हाउस, तो वो बोलता ओके आई विल, मतलब आर्किटेक्ट को बोलता ओके मैं बना के दूंगा तुमको घर. तो फिर मैम आर्किटेक्ट मैम मतलब वो जो ये नहीं रहते कि मैम वर्कमैन मतलब जो घर बिल्ड करते हैं मैम सर्वेंट्स, तो मैम वो उनसे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करता. तो मैम वो जब सर्विसेज रेंडर करेंगे घर बनाने की मैम तब वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पूरा होगा. और फिर मैम जब ये गुड की मतलब घर की डिलीवरी देंगे मैम तब इधर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कंप्लीट होगा मैम.
Correct. You know, but the most of the cases what happens that architect says that कि मैं सिर्फ आपको आर्किटेक्चर का जो आर्किटेक्चर बना के दूंगा, मैं आपको आर्किटेक्चर.
ओके डिजाइन.
Yes, and he introduced to that builder another contractor. Okay, and he says that कि इस contractor के साथ आप contract करो, मैं इसके साथ काम करूँगा. So generally architecture don't get into the material because they are professionals. Okay, they are not the one who are the contractors. तो जहाँ पे छोटे घर बनाने होते हैं वहाँ पे कॉन्ट्रैक्टर खुद ही आर्किटेक्टर होता है, खुद ही आर्किटेक्ट करता है, खुद ही डिजाइन चूज कर रहा है, खुद ही प्लान बनाना है, सब कुछ कर रहा है. बट जो बड़े कंस्ट्रक्शंस होते हैं वहाँ पे आर्किटेक्ट इज कंसीडर्ड एज अ सेपरेट प्रोफेशनल सर्विस. He will just give you the blueprint of your house and the contractor will have to look into it and get the work done. The architect obviously has to get the work done from the contractor. That's what, you know, they have to work mutually. But architecture services is the point of sales. It is a professional service for an architecture. You don't get into the selling of the goods in the form of cement लाएगा, you know ये लाएगा, वो लाएगा. He will not arrange for any laborers also. He will just say to the builder कि आप इस contractor को hire कर लो, मैं इसके साथ मिलके साथ में काम करूँगा.
Yes ma'am.
Okay.
Got it.
So it has to be between the two or more persons. Very obvious. Without this, it cannot be a transaction itself. मैं खुद ही को कुछ गिफ्ट कर रही हूँ, I can't call this as a transaction, right? It has to be between two different persons. Then only why and two different persons are required, because accounting can be done in the form of debit and credit. डेबिट इज डेबिट रिकॉर्ड, क्रेडिट इज क्रेडिट रिकॉर्ड। ओके, आर इसके लिए आया है, क्रेडिट के लिए नहीं आया ये। द आर हैज कम फॉर द डेबिट रिकॉर्ड and this is the credit record. And the basic concept of this debit and credit, if you go back and check, okay, is that someone will get the benefit and someone will get the cost of it. एक रिसीवर होगा और एक गिवर होगा, यही कहीं कुछ भी देख लो आप, डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट का कोई भी रूल देख लो, there has to be one who should get benefited and there has to be one who should the other party will have a cost. The one has to receive and one has to give. Okay, and that is the funda of the debit and credit. So without two different people, the transaction cannot happen. So that is the second criteria for calling it as a transaction. And the last one, very important, money or money's worth. Okay, understand here two words are used, money and money's worth. Now when there was no currency, okay, there were barter exchange, there were barter transactions happening. And in the barter transaction, what used to happen? The goods were getting exchanged for the goods without identifying the value of the goods. Because currency था ही नहीं. How do they identify कि मैं कितने रुपए का दे रहा हूँ या मैं कितने रुपए का दे रहा हूँ? They would just say that, give me one bag of cotton and get this one bag of grain. That's it. That was their need. But as soon the currency came into the picture, everything started defining in the form of currency. Okay, maybe a small bag of grain, maybe the bunch of diamonds and gold or whatever. So everything has to be valued in the terms of money now if you want to record that transaction in the books of account. So no barter transactions today also, no barter transactions without the monetary value attached to it cannot be recorded in the books of the accounts. Fine. Now understand what is money and money's worth. So, I get a jewelry from my mother on my marriage. Do you think this is a transaction? Forget about for the time being about debit and credit, but just try to fit it into the form of transaction. क्या ये transaction है? क्या exchange of goods हुआ है? I got a gold and my mother lost the gold. Correct? So exchange of goods है. Between the two and the more person है. Is it for money or money's worth?
No.
मेरी मम्मी मुझसे कुछ पैसे मांग रही है कि
No.
इस सोने के पैसे दे दो, इस गोल्ड का पैसा दे दो.
No.
So that is not a transaction. Even though it fulfills the above two conditions, it will not be a transaction because it fails the third term. I exchange my, I have a Mercedes and my friend have a Seoni bicycle. Okay, and the friend wants to have a Mercedes to be used for one day. So I say fine, okay, चलो आज के दिन मैं cycling करके देखती हूँ तो Mercedes चला, right? So the person would drive my Mercedes and then I would drive his cycle. Even though this transaction may be for the business purpose. Suppose मेरे पास I have a business where I don't, I need a tempo for one day. I want to transfer something from the office to some other location. I don't have that small tempo with me or that truck with me. So my friend of mine have that. So I tell him, okay, तू आज के दिन मेरा गाड़ी ले ले, मुझे तेरा टेम्पो दे दे, मुझे कुछ सामान लेके जाना ऑफिस के. Will it be an business transaction? Will it be a transaction at first shot? What do you think?
No.
Is there any exchange of the goods? Yes. मैंने
Yes.
कार दे दी और मैंने उसका टेम्पो ले लिया. Correct. उसके बाद is this between two or more person? Yes, it is between two or more person. But there is no money. I didn't ask him for the money, right? And even he didn't ask me for the money. अगर दोनों में से किसी ने भी पैसे मांग लिए होते, अरे तो मुझे सिर्फ टेम्पो दे रहा है, मैं तुझे मेरे मर्सिडीज दे रही हूँ एक दिन के लिए, चल 10,000 रुपए दे दे. Even if I have said that, okay, I am ready to, even if he would have said that, fine, मेरा टेम्पो का business है, for sure I can give you for free of cost. But being this is a business, I want to work with you professionally, and this is the rent, one day rent for the, for hiring my truck. If we attach any monetary value to that, then it becomes a transaction. Immediately in my books of accounts, I would record this as a transportation cost. Immediately, I would call it as an a rental cost for the truck taken on hire. Correct. So as soon the monetary value get attached to it, it comes into the picture of transaction. Take one more example. I have a grocery shop. This is my favorite example. I have a grocery shop, and a friend of mine came to my grocery shop, and पूरा list थमा दिया, पूरा 10,000 rupees का उसने grocery ले लिया मैंने कहा. And then suddenly I recall that he have a good furniture shop. Okay, and there are nice furniture in his shop. And then I said, okay, fine, मेरे पास furniture नहीं है, मुझे एक shelf चाहिए, इतना close cupboard या table चाहिए. Can you please send tomorrow the furniture what is whatever goods you have purchased from my side? Do you think this is a transaction?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
Ma'am, because वो money is worth है ma'am.
Because there is an exchange. Okay, मैंने grocery दिया, मैं उससे shelf लेने वाली हूँ, furniture दूसरे दिन भिजवा दिया. It is between two or more persons, right? He is not giving me hard cash. Even I am not giving him hard cash. There is no money or no transfer to the bank. But whatever I got is for that money's worth. I didn't say कि 1 लाख रुपए का furniture भेज दे. मैंने क्या कहा, सिर्फ जितना तुमने grocery लिया है उतनी value पे बैठने वाला ही मुझे कोई shelf भेज देना चाहिए. So that becomes the money or money's worth. Hard cash money would include the cash, the bank transactions, the promissory note, the NEFT, RTGS, everything. Correct? Money should include everything of this. And money's worth. अगर पैसे नहीं दे पा रहे हो, कोई भी फॉर्म में करेंसी नहीं दे पा रहे हो, बट उसके जगह पे उतनी ही वैल्यू की कोई दूसरी चीज दे रहे हो, इट इज नॉट बार्टर. Though the goods are being exchanged, it has some monetary value attached to it. Barter means without any monetary value exchanging the goods. This is not barter. The goods have been exchanged, but for some monetary value, money is worth. Then it becomes the transaction, and we would immediately record that transaction. Clear up to this? Transaction की definition bold lines में लिख लो अभी के अभी and write down all these 4 criteria there. Try to do the same thing the way I have explained you. Just make it a short note kind of thing. Try to explain to yourself in your own language. जो मैंने examples दिए, so try to recall those transactions. Try to revise with yourself. Then you will get into the depth of this transaction. I'm sure none of you would be able to recall the definition of transaction. if मैं आप लोगों को definition के तौर पे इसको पूछूं, but if you do this revision in your own format, okay, exchange of goods and services, I don't have to recall now this definition. It's very simple for me because I have split it into the parts, right? Exchange of goods and services between 2 or more persons for the money or money's worth. Simple definition of transaction. And you won't believe that in most of the interviews you would be asked this basic question. People, even the chartered accountants, are still being asked about tell us what is the accounting standard on fixed assets. Why you should add the cost of transportation, the cost of import into that cost of fixed assets. Why? Will you do that or will you not do that? These are the questions being asked in your interviews, and not they can't ask you partnership to goodwill ka calculations ki method बताओ. Will they ask you these questions without having the reference to the number? They might ask just simply tell us few methods of doing what are the methods of doing cash flows, what are the methods of doing goodwill. But they would not go into deep dive into the numbers. You would check your conceptual clarity. And this is the conceptual clarity. All transactions will not be get recorded in the books of account, even though it is a transaction. But if it is in the personal nature, it will not be recorded in the books of account as an expense of that business. So they say that, right? The school fees हमने pay किया, correct? तो जैसे ही हमने school fees को pay किया, paying a school fees is an expense. But ये business का expense नहीं है. That's what we don't call it as a school account. ऐसे ही debit करते हैं हम. School fees account debit to cash, ये भी तो entry हम pass कर सकते हैं. getting some benefit. We are getting the services of this school. That's what we are paying them. Correct? So service का exchange हुआ है. For that we are paying their school fees. But we can't debit this as a school fees only because we follow the NDT concept. Okay? We have to record only business transactions in the books of the account. Getting my point? So even though the transaction may be an transaction, it will fit into the definition of transaction. But please mention here, we are looking for only business transactions to be accounted in the business. We are not looking for any other transaction. Clear about this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So just take a break of 2 minutes.